Good morning, crafters. Or good afternoon, depending where you are. Right now it's 10:30 where I am, but Shondell it's already her lunch break, so she's 12:30 there. So for those of you who don't know, today we have Shondell with us from the Craftprint, and she's going to talk to us about what she loves to do, how she got into it, and everything. Shondell, tell us about what you do.
Naomi.
I'm good. Happy to be here with you. We finally meet face to face. Shondell and I have been
Right?
talking back and forth for about what 6, 7 months now.
Probably a little more. I mean, we were
Probably.
talking so much we didn't even realize we did a giveaway together,
Yes, we did.
and that's when the conversation started getting more, practically every day.
Yes. So now we're practically sisters. we did this class together on her channel, on her Instagram. So this was really cool. So Shondell, tell us about your whole company, your craft print. Tell us what you do there.
Okay, so right now, well, first off, I started crafting because I just love it. I think I was born with crafting in my blood. So
Mhm.
I've always been the like go-to party planner crafter for my family. But I would say in 2014, I started to take it a little bit more serious. I started looking into like machines, and that's where I discovered Cricut. And then it like just skyrocketed from there.
Mhm.
So eventually, I end up creating the craft print, which is I started with an Etsy shop. So my specialty is paper crafting, specifically party, but I do a little bit of everything. I don't mind
Mhm.
trying everything. So I started the craft print to sell products, my custom made cake toppers, cupcake toppers, a whole slew of things. And then eventually, I started getting a lot of DMs of people asking for tips, for help, and complaining that no one would really help them.
Mhm.
So that's how I kind of got into teaching. So now I started a Facebook group, and I also have an academy where I teach classes on how to create the products that I make. And also, I'm just like open. You guys want to DM me? DM me. But the craft print is basically where you come to purchase your craft products and also learn how to create these craft products, and also a community. So we all get together like here now. We're sisters now. We could all be sisters and brothers together.
That's true. We have some brothers out there too. Appreciate that. So speaking of having brothers out there, and you said crafting has always been your forte. You love crafting and everything. It's in your blood.
Yeah.
I didn't know this until recently, until last week when I was going through my Instagram and I saw your post. Actually, earlier this week, I knew you had 4 sons.
Mm-hmm.
Each of your sons are very creative and artistic too, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. They're so this year their ages, when one's all birthdays pass, they'll be 13, 18, 22, and 23.
Girl,
And they're a large part of the craft print. If you've ordered from me, you've definitely got a product either they created, they packaged, they took to shipping. Like I have a son that'll work the Cricut like probably better than me some days. I have one, he is perfect. The oldest, he's like the packaging person.
mhm.
The other ones, they're not as crafty, but they will help with cleanup, putting things together, storage, stock, things like that. So they literally get into a little bit of everything. The oldest one, he paints. He loves to paint. So his room is fully painted. I have a wall in the house he's painted with all the social media icons. The second oldest, he's the crafter. Like he has his own crafting page and all.
And I found that yes when you posted this week and you have on your story. And so I
His
went to
birthday,
I
yeah.
was like, oh my goodness, she's
Yeah,
got
he
the
makes
whole
those
time.
things on his own. Like he crafts just as much as I do.
And it is so neat, guys. If you go to Shondell's Instagram, one of her earlier ones that I saw, she was doing a party and they were up late. She goes, everybody in my house is going to work. And you should, like the 80s party, right? You guys have the Rubik's Cubes you're putting together?
Yeah, it was the 80s themed centerpieces. And
Yeah.
they like one spray paints, one will glue the dots on. Then I had somebody else like packaging, cleaning. So when cause sometimes a lot of my customers are event planners. So
Okay.
they're ordering weekly. So it's not just once in a blue moon. And they're ordering like 10 centerpieces. With one time I had an order of 100 different pieces.
Wow.
So the boys chip in. We'll stay up late together and knock those orders out.
So we're talking about staying up late, your boys helping, and maybe we can talk that a little bit because people think sometimes this is what we do, and it's true, it's what we do. But tell us about how this is not your number one job.
It's not. It's definitely not. And sleep is kind of rare sometimes when you do both, even when you're doing one, much less both. So I work full time in health information management for New York Presbyterian Hospital. So fortunately, that's a Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. So I have that kind of structure. So when I come home in the afternoon, it's straight to cooking first, then to business, and then the weekends also it's the same thing. But it can take a toll when
Yeah.
you're doing full-time work, and then your crafting is your business, but it's also full-time. It's not part-time. It's
Mm-mm.
two full-time jobs and then your family. So it can be hectic. Hectic.
So how do you balance that? When do you tell yourself, okay, I gotta stop. I need to take a break.
I would say first, it's not a good balance. I don't think any of us kind
Okay.
of have like the perfect balance.
That's
But
right.
when I find myself, one thing I noticed, gaining weight from it's a lot of sitting. I
Mm-hmm.
feel it. I feel sometimes my feet will swell. I'll look crazy from no sleep. And then I have family who will step in, like Shondell, shut down the Etsy shop or take a little break. But one thing before I wouldn't. I remember working on an order from 7 p.m. to 11 a.m. the next morning.
Oh my goodness.
No sleep, straight. And after that, it was like, okay, get it together. So once I feel myself like getting really tired, haggard, I notice I'm not like cooking as often. Even the boys will mention when they see certain changes, I shut
Mm-hmm.
everything down. I'll finish up what orders I have, stop taking orders, and take a little break or some time for myself or some time for the kids. So I kind of feel it out as I go. I used to feel guilty, but now it's like, if when you think about it, if you feel guilty and keep going, keep going, keep going, you won't be here to create anything for anyone.
That's right. That's
Because
right.
you're slowly, if you think about it, and people might not think it's that serious, but you're slowly killing yourself because it's stress on your body. Your blood pressure can be raised. It's so much things that can happen. It's not just, people might think, oh, it's just paper. People have told me it's just paper, it's crafting. It's
Whoa.
not a lot. I've heard people say that, or you plan on making money off of paper. So people don't realize any industry you're in can take a toll on you when you start, especially turning it into a business. So I
Mm-hmm.
feel like people don't go off of what someone tells you, like, oh, you shouldn't sleep, you should be hustling, or the people that tell you get this amount of sleep. No, get what feels right for you. Once you feel like things are getting out of control, stop. Take that time, relax, do what you have to do for you, and then go back to what you're doing.
That's
Always feel it out for yourself. Nobody has the exact formula that's going to tell us how to do it, what to do. You do what's best for you and your family.
and that's excellent advice because we do see it everywhere where you should be doing this or you can't, if you don't hustle, you can't, and
Yeah.
it depends on our personalities, it depends on our body makeup, it depends on even
And
where
then
we
your
are.
family. I tell people all the time, usually I tell them, don't ask me for advice on how to run your business with the
Mhm.
family because my youngest is 13.
Mhm.
My sons are cooking, they're cleaning. I don't clean most of the time. I don't do dishes. I don't do laundry. The most
Mhm.
I'll do is the cooking because they're older. So I can't really give someone advice with younger kids who can't do that. So I would say go off of you, what feels best for you.
And that's probably the best advice you're going to hear, guys. Go
Mhm.
do what's
Because
good
even
for
now
you.
with what's going on in the world, you're hearing people saying, "Oh, take this time. You should be starting a business, and you should be doing this and that." No, do what's best for you. You don't have to start a business, start something new right now. Some of us are losing people. We're
Mhm.
grieving. We don't have time to come out of this as millionaires. Like, what is best for you and your family is what you should be doing right now.
That's awesome. I love that advice. So, what do you do for self care? You talked about stepping away. What's your favorite self care routine or ritual?
I would say going to get a manicure and a pedicure, like getting out of the house, get a manicure and a pedicure for me. That's it. Because I don't go out much. I don't
Mhm.
do much. And besides that, girls' night,
Okay.
sister friends, we get together. We're not talking about husbands or boyfriends or children. No, it's just us, what we're doing, what we want to do. So that girls' time, definitely. And now we do the girls' time over Zoom. So we still get that time away from everyone, but like that's my self-care.
Good, because some of us are very social and we need that. We have our own tight circle, so we need that connection. And so
Mhm.
getting that when we need it is important. Kelly says that she loves your advice because you're awesome. So
Thank you. Thank you.
Um, Leva's on. She says she sees our matching shirt, so she was happy about that.
Oh yes, we created these together, guys, on live.
We did.
I'm not a t-shirt person, so I'm learning. Naomi is teaching me along with some other crafters. The HTV is not my thing, but I'm getting there.
But we
So,
did
and to people who don't be scared, I'm usually a little scared to try new crafts because you find out you end up loving it. You end up loving it. So
if you guys want to see Shondell's crafts, I really encourage you to jump into her group, the Craftprint, to go on Instagram. Go check out her Instagram page. It's full of stuff. And then if you like her things, yeah, Debbie for Sister Day, huh? My sister Debbie says for Sister Day, the shirt. You check out her Craftprint, her Instagram. There's a hashtag you can use for your own crafts. If you use hashtag the Craftprint,
yes, and yes, I will share on the Craftprint community because one thing, as I got into crafting, I noticed when my numbers were low, no one paid me attention. No one reposted my work. No one really, I'm not gonna say no one, but a lot of the top people, you weren't popular. So I started the Craftprint community Instagram page. So once you use the hashtag, and also if you don't, I just try to search and find people so I can share them and they can get themselves out there and we can meet each other, learn from each other. So the Craftprint community is basically me supporting all the other crafters out there as well.
And it's amazing, guys. I wouldn't have met a lot of the crafters and makers I know now without the Craftprint community. And also crafts of a different shade, which is where I think I met you.
Yeah, because I noticed when my numbers, obviously for companies you need numbers, but we can still support each other. Sometimes other crafters are not looking at you unless you have large numbers or you know the right people, and it really should not be that way. There's enough, as we can see, people and money in this world for all of us to do what we have to do.
Yes.
And I will always tell you, I can never understand the mentality of not sharing.
And especially because this is something that stuck with me, and you guys hear me every week, I say something that stuck with me from someone. And from Shondell, something that stuck with me is nobody knows everything. Nobody can do everything. And so it's okay to share what you know with someone else. You're not going to be able to do it as well, and they can't do what you do as well, probably. So there's enough for everybody, everybody can work. I know you're on your lunch break. I know you've got to get back soon. Kelly says that she's joining your community right now. I'm so happy.
Oh, let me give another tip when it comes to, because I get a lot of questions when it comes to people being scared and trying to get themselves out there.
Okay.
My advice to you is to post. It doesn't matter what you're doing. While you're practicing, post. As you go on, people will come. People will comment. Don't get discouraged, because when I first started my Instagram page, I could scroll down there. There's one like, there's 2 likes.
Right.
But if you keep going, even if no one is looking, eventually they're going to look. They're going to look. Because even if you feel like your crafts aren't up to par, because my first banner that I did when I got my Cricut in 2014, it was hideous. But I posted. I kept posting because I'm going to get better. So you're going to see my progress. So if you're feeling nervous or scared, just post, try it, use those hashtags, and you'll get to where you want to go.
That's true. And to be fair too, I mean, if you like somebody's work, tell them you like it, just reach out, give them a like, something that you can do. Before we go, Shondell, tell us about your new academy.
Okay, so I started the Craftprint Academy mainly because we can Google, you can YouTube a lot of things, but I noticed when it comes to sometimes larger pieces, like centerpieces, packaging, things like that, people cannot find that. So I started the Craftprint Academy to teach people how to create these things on their own. So it's literally step by step from the beginning. I'm showing you, when you go to design it, how you would design it, how you would cut it, how you're going to glue it together, how you're going to make everything. So I have about maybe 6 to 8 classes right now. I also have a class teaching you how to package. A lot of people, that was my biggest problem starting, how to package my cake toppers, your cupcake toppers, when you're going to ship it, how to present it to people. So I started the Craftprint Academy, and we're going to grow fairly largely. Right now with the pandemic, I'm taking my time. I'm not rushing. I'm really taking my time. But definitely, if you're ready to learn and jump in and get into crafting, specifically with party decorations the most, the Craftprint Academy is definitely where you need to be.
And I agree with you, and I agree with Lena. Lena says the packaging class is hot, and I agree. I took that class. I'm still finishing the end of it. It's like having like 4 classes in one, guys. She teaches you Canva. She teaches you the packaging. She teaches you how to make your own cards, even a little logo.
Yes, your envelopes, your cards,
Mm-hmm.
everything's packaged in when you're shipping. Because sometimes the packaging is just as important as that product you're taking to someone. I've opened packages, and before I even got my stuff, I'm like, oh, I'm ordering from this again. So the packaging is just as important as the product.
It is so true. Well, thank you so much. Let me check on our messages because I can't see them all on the screen. Let's see if anybody has any questions for you. Let me see.
I never hesitate to help. So if you ever need a question, even after this chat, you feel like you forgot something, you want to come, just hop into my DMs. I answer all the time.
Cool. And she does. She will answer you. And if you join her, especially if you join her group, she's there. She's there for helping. Her assistant.
Help each other a lot too.
Mm-hmm. Bernice is really good. Bernice is her assistant, and she's always there, and it's really cool. Doing what they do. Let me look at the comments real quick. I don't have anything here. Any questions? But if you guys, like we said, you get any questions, you have anything you want to tell Shondell, you want to ask us, Shondell, jump on and leave her a message.
Yes. To the Craftprint on Instagram, jump into my DM, and I will never hesitate to help. And if I don't know the answer, I'll direct you where to go if I know also.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for taking some of your lunchtime to be with us. Everybody, anything you have, let her know. And thank you again. Give her some hearts, guys.
Thanks for having me, Naomi.
You're welcome. And guys, we'll see you again later.
All right. Bye-bye.